not proud of what I did. In fact, I think about it every day. They say curiosity killed the cat, but it didn't just kill me. It twisted me into something I barely recognize. I was one of the D-class personnel, disposable and expendable, just a pawn in their experiments. But when they brought out that remote control, I felt a jolt of excitement mixed with dread. The collars, they looked so innocent. Just cast iron rings with numbers. But then I learned what they could do. SCP-010 was a game changer. With a flick of a button, someone could control you like a puppet. I watched as they strapped one collar around a guy in front of me, a kid really. He looked terrified, and I couldn't blame him. This wasn't some sci-fi movie. It was all too real. I remember the first time I saw the remote. It was bulky, like an old radio, with a screen that flickered to life, as if it had a soul. I could see the buttons, over 100 of them, each one a promise of control. The scientist, with cold eyes and a clipboard, explained how it worked. Adrenal responses, sympathetic nervous system, reconfiguring body shape. I didn't fully understand, but I didn't need to. I just had to follow orders. I was chosen for a test. I felt my heart race as they placed the collar around my neck. The remote was in their hands, and for the first time in my life, someone else had the reins. I could feel the tension in the air, a palpable mixture of fear and thrill. The scientist pressed a button, and I felt an electric shock course through my body. Suddenly, I was moving against my will, limbs jerking like I was a marionette. It was terrifying, feeling that loss of control. But then I thought about the possibilities. What if someone could reshape me? What if I could be stronger, faster? The idea was intoxicating. They had me perform menial tasks at first, lifting heavy objects, cleaning. I was an unskilled laborer, just like they intended. Every time the scientist pressed a button, I obeyed. It was like I was in a trance, a state of blissful ignorance. Then came the moment that changed everything. They decided to push the limits. "Let's see what happens if we change his form," one of them said, excitement lacing his voice. I didn't realize how much power they had until I felt my body shift. My arms elongated, my legs twisted. I was no longer just a man. I was a grotesque version of myself. I looked in the mirror and saw a monster. I screamed, but my voice was lost, drowned out by laughter. They were fascinated, taking notes, fascinated by the results. I was a lab rat, their prized possession. But as they continued to play with my form, something inside me broke. I could feel the weight of despair pressing down, suffocating me. I wanted to fight back, to escape this nightmare. But I couldn't. I was trapped, a victim of my own curiosity and their insatiable desire for knowledge. I'm not sure how many tests they ran before they finally decided I was no longer useful. It's a twisted irony. I was meant to be disposable, but they took something from me that I could never get back. Now, as I sit here, a remnant of who I once was, I can't help but wonder what happens when this reaches the wrong hands. What if someone decides to use it for something more sinister? I'm haunted by the thought that I was just a step in their experiments, a footnote in their search for power. So, here I am, a warning, a testament to the dangers of curiosity and control. I may be a D-class, but I'm still a human being. I just hope you never find yourself in a situation like mine, where you're nothing more than a puppet on a string, because there's no escaping the hands that pull those strings.